Welcome to another video from Gradelink websites. In this video, I'll go through the step-by-step process in case you want to assign a product value or a price tag that can be calculated and used for checkout if you have a payment processor hooked up to the form. But we're going to assign prices to a drop-down or explore two different ways of assigning a price tag to a particular item on your form. So the first step is going to be to sign into your website and then head over to forms. Now we've already got a form here called the field trip form that's all set up to the way we want it, and the items in question is a drop-down called choose your field trip. So this could be anything. It could be for a silent auction or anything like that, or in this case a field trip. And what we want to do is assign items to prices to the values on this drop down menu. So there's a couple of ways to do this. One is you have a normal drop down field and you put in your choices, and then what you can do is you can conditionally assign products to that drop down. So, for example, if we want to assign a product to 4th and 5th grade Lincoln's Presidential Museum, which is one of the choices, we can then drag and drop a product name field here, change the product name to match what's on the drop down. And after changing the name, then we can go ahead and put in the price tag. So if it's a $100 registration, for example, typically we'll want to disable the quantity field unless you want people to put in a quantity. And the other item you'll want to do is conditionally assign it to the item on the drop-down. So to do that, click on conditional logic. So you may need to scroll down here on the settings bar till you get to the conditional logic tab. Then click on conditional logic. You'll have a toggle here which you can then toggle on, and we're going to set it to say show this field if all of the following match. And we're going to select the field which is the field trip drop down, which is right here. Choose your field trip, and then the value that we want it to match is the 4th and 5th grade Lincoln's Presidential Museum. So the conditional logic statement is show this field if all of the following match. Choose this field trip is 4th and 5th grade Lincoln Memorial, etc. Once we've done that, you can click on Save Form, and voila. Now when you look at the front end form, you can have, if you've selected this, then it now assigns a product. And if we have a total on this form, which you can also add fields, and under the pricing fields, we typically want to have a total set up for the field trip form. It looks like there's already a total down there. So, and then delete any extraneous fields. If you have some accidental fields that were added, then you want to get rid of those. So the total will calculate at the very bottom. But this is one way that you can assign a price. The other way is if you actually add a product field. So again, product, and this one's a bit more straightforward. So you can actually call choose your field trip. First, you want to make sure that the product name field type, the product field type, is changed to drop down or radio buttons, depending on what you want. And once that's been changed, then you can change the field label to say choose your field trip. Then we can add the choices. And you can see if we add a choice here, then it gives us the option to add a price. So we can make that $100. We can make this a required field, and then that way you don't need to add an additional field with product. So if we look at the front end of how that looks, it's a simplified version. You just get the drop down field, and then it will automatically add $100 to the total. So you can choose which way you would like. One uses a standard drop down with conditionally assigned product fields. The other uses a product field that has been changed to a drop down, and you can automatically put prices in for each option, which is a little bit more straightforward. So either way works, and that's all there is to it. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to Gradelink website support.